KILR Killer Game.
Hello there, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and we are back here with Flight Simulator 2 for the Commodore 64. So, where are we, and where are we going on this flight? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so here is the SubLogic scenery disk map with all the scenery disk maps put together, short of 3 of them, because all 3 of them were not made for the Commodore 64, but 2 of them were not made at all for any platform. That's 8 and 10. 10 up here, 8 down here. 12 was made for the PC, for the Amiga. Is that it? I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. And I've never been able to find Scenery Disc 12 sold separately. Never. I think I had it when I had the Amiga, but I don't remember. I could have sworn I got everything, but I honestly don't remember if I ever got it. And I can never find it for sale. I did find a listing one time of the floppy disk for Scenery Disk 12 for the Amiga on eBay, but it was just a disc. It didn't have any maps, nothing with it. And then as far as the PC, I've only seen it with a compilation pack. It had it was like one of those SubLogic scenery starter packs, and so I've only seen it there. Yeah. 12 is a really, really difficult one to come by, apparently. I don't know what the story is about that. Maybe someone who's worked with SubLogic, who just happens to be watching these videos, maybe they could let us know. Okay, so we're flying coast to coast. We started off over here in Los Angeles. You can see the path that we were carving our way through here, and made a slight detour to go up this way because I thought it would be more interesting to fly up here to Pittsburgh, the Columbus and Pittsburgh, rather than these teeny tiny little airports. So we're here at Greater Pittsburgh International, and we are going to be going to Washington, D.C., to Washington National. Now this is going to get a little tricky because we're going to be switching scenery discs from scenery disc 11 to 7. Now the thing about them is I had to change the scale of these maps in order to sort of get them to fit. So we might be off a little bit when it comes to navigation. It's really hard to say. I tried to match them up the best that I could. So this will be interesting. Scenery Disc 7 covers this whole east coast from Maryland all the way down to Florida and Puerto Rico and stuff. So we'll get to the scenery disc area. Now where we show up, I don't know. Hopefully we will show up right here. Now if we take a look, if we take a look at the actual map here, you can see, why is this Okay. You can see here's Pittsburgh here, but it's all empty right here. So what I tried to do is I just tried to match things up wherever I... Do you see how some of these kind of overlay each other? Yeah, I tried to get them to kind of line up. And the funny thing is that the scales of these maps and these maps were different. So if you looked at like the mileage, like if you were to measure how far 20-30 miles was, that measurement was different on these maps than they were on these maps. So yeah, it's a little weird, but hopefully we'll get to where we want to go. We are going to tune in to Westmoreland, which what is the vor there? I don't know. Maybe we'll go back here. Here's Westmoreland. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what is it? The Johnstown? Do you see how things are a little confusing here? It's like I see this right here. Okay, I think some of this is from the scenery disc that's south. What is it? Scenery disc 9. So like I tried to overlay these the best that I could. So whatever this is, Westmoreland. So there's something south of here. I don't know what it is. Let's go back to this again. So that's Morgantown. What is this? It's a vor of some sort. Let's take a look at scenery disc number 9 and see what we got. All right, here's Columbus. Okay, so it might be Wheeling. If Wheeling, Ohio. You see this? Here's Columbus here, and then Philadelphia was like up here. So it's probably Wheeling is what that is. But you see how this is kind of moving over here? Clarksburg. Morgantown. Is it Morgan? No, wait a minute. That's Morgantown there. What is that? Trying to figure out what it is. Indian Head. That's it right there. It's Indian Head. Well, it doesn't do any good if I like erase some of this stuff. Here's Wheeling over here. Youngstown, Montour. Okay, so that's Indian Head. All right, so we're going to be flying here to Indian Head. That's one of our things. And then Martinsburg, which is right here. That's 112.1. Okay, you can see that here. But do you notice how the size of this is different than the size of this? This is where I lined them up at. So I lined up the map for scenery disc number 9 with scenery disc number 7. So, oh my goodness. So we've got to cross into scenery disc number 9 before we can get to scenery disc number 7 as far as the VORs are concerned. So, oh yeah, this is going to be a very interesting flight. That is for sure. Okay, so Indian Head was 108.2. So let's go ahead and change nav1 to 108. If I can get it. 108.2. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything there. Oh, that's because it's in the other... Duh! Of course I can't pick it up. It's in the other... It's in the other scenery disk. Oh, my word. Alright, so we're going to have to... Let's go back to the map here so that way you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so Greater Pittsburgh, we're going to have to go... Shoot, what is that? A heading of 160? I think so. No, it's 150. So we're going to have to... Yeah? Maybe? We'll just say 150. Alright, so we're going to be leaving the Montour 112.0 at a heading of 150. That's what we're going to do. Boy, isn't it fun doing this old-fashioned navigation? Okay, so let's set nav 2 112.0. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and set our Omni bearing selector or indicator, OBS, OBI 150. Okay, well, we're not going to it, we're going from it. We're pretty much sitting there. Now, do you see these white things out there? I'm like wondering if those are buildings or something. If that's like downtown Philadelphia. So we're going to find out. We're going to see if that is... We'll fly in that direction and we'll just see. Okay, so we're kind of facing in a direction that we want to go. Well, hey there, RJP. How are things going? Things are going pretty good. Wasn't sure if the stream was working out or not. I'm glad to see that it's working to some extent. All right, we got our fun sounds there for the Commodore 64. Yes, this is the latest flight simulator. This is the new Flight Sim 2024. I got early access to it. It's extreme early access. Where is the runway? There you are. Actually, it's a good thing that I am streaming this, because with the way my mobile internet is, it may not be able to handle something like X-Plane, or my computer would be fine, but I don't know if I would have the bandwidth to be able to stream that or not. I don't know. It's been getting kind of weird. Yeah, the pre-release is 8K, but they're planning on 16K when they get the release down. And it's they're going to a whole new level. Instead of surround sound, it's supposed to be like 3D immersive sound. You'll be able to hear stuff in front of you and behind you and to the right and to the left, up above and down below. It's 3D immersive sound. It is mind-blowing. And they did it all with the Commodore 64. Some trick programming. Okay, here's our runway. What? Whoa, 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 whoa! What's going on here? Did I actually pass it? Oh, because I know why. Because I'm hitting the period key thinking that's the brakes, and it's not. It's the brakes on the later simulators, not the Commodore 64, it's the space bar. So I'm like all over the place. I'm like wondering, why is the runway way over there? It shouldn't be over there. Yeah, I think you did tell me it was the Scion flight simulator. Okay, I think we are somewhat lined up here. Navigation and everything is all set. We'll get one thing of flaps down. And off we go. I think that is downtown Philadelphia out there. We're going to find out. We're going to fly over it. We're going to see what it is. There we go. That's the wrong direction. Go up, not down. Trying not to stall here. Now there is something way out. What is that? Is that a fuel box? It's over here to the left. I don't know, can't see it there. We'll try not to get too high in elevation because I want to be able to see what scenery we've got here. I tell you what, with the advances that they've done in flight simulation, it's almost like a dream come true. Especially with VR, being able to fly Flight Sim 2020 or X-Plane or even P3D in VR. That's like the closest thing I'll ever have to piloting a real aircraft. So it's kind of neat that the technology kind of was able to go in that direction. Okay, this does look like downtown Philadelphia. We got quite a few buildings over here. That's the airport back there. VR isn't for everyone. I know some people can get very disoriented with VR. So we're flying at a heading of 110 from the airport. So I gotta see if... Let me check Google Maps here for a second. Love to be able to compare. Look at that. Okay, so we got a river that forks off there. We got 3 buildings. Keep this in mind, alright? So, okay, so we got some bridges there. I know it's not much to look at, but this was a big deal back in the day. Okay, so we're going to get back on course, and then I'm going to show you on Google Maps where we were flying and see what those 3 buildings were. Oh, there you go. Getting MSFS installed. I had to reinstall a lot of stuff on my laptop because Windows was trying to update me to Windows 11. I didn't want it. And then something happened. Some type of update messed up my Wi-Fi driver. And no matter what I did, I could not get it to work. I had to completely do a restore and reset of Windows 10. Thankfully, I did not have to reinstall Flight Sim 2020. I had made a backup, and so all I did was download like the installer, and then I copied Flight Sim 2020 back to its original folder, and then I ran the installer, and it detected that it was there, and it was all good to go. Tested it out, it was just fine. So that is a good thing. And I've got prepared version 4 and prepared version 5 on 2 separate drives. Sadly, I don't know if they will work because when I had to reset Windows, it probably erased the registries for that. So I may have to get a... I hope I don't have to reinstall it, but I might have to get a... I might have to reset my activations. I was trying to deactivate them, but you have to go into the program and it has to go online to deactivate it. It was a real pain. I really hate online activations. It really makes things trouble. Okay, so VOR number 2, we're heading out on a heading of 150. It's almost centered. Okay. Magnetic compass is kind of falling behind there. Okay, there we go. Oh, huh. I'm looking up Philadelphia. It was actually Pittsburgh that we took off from. I'm like looking at Google Maps. I'm like, why does this not look right? That's because I wasn't looking at the right airport. Now that looks right. Okay. Okay, so here we are. This is Google Maps. And here's Pittsburgh International. This is what we took off from. Now, I'm going to turn this around just like this. Okay, we took off from like this runway here. And we flew in this direction. And if you remember, we saw the river forking off there, right? So here's all the bridges that we saw. Now, what the three buildings were, I have no idea. I'm sure maybe this one here was one of them. Maybe this was the other building. So, like, whatever the three largest buildings are here, maybe that's what they were showing in the Commodore 64. But yeah, look at all these bridges here. So I believe I think we saw these three here, and maybe three of them over here. And now we're heading off in this direction here, this way. Now I'm wondering, what is this here? I don't know if that's it or not. So it's a river, obviously. I'm trying to figure out what river it is. Oh, that hurts my ears. Okay, so this is the Monongahela River? What is that? Monongahela River. I can't pronounce that. I want to say Mananana. Mananana. That's what I want to say, but that's not it. Gahila. Gahila River. Let me see, pronunciation. Let's see if we can get the right saying for this.
Monongahela River. Monongahela River.
Monongahela River.
Monongahela River.
Okay. That's the river that we're seeing in front of us. But now that I know that, we might be able to follow this to our destination, maybe? Washington, D.C.? No, that's not quite going in the right way. At some point, we're going to lose scenery disk number 11. I'm curious, we might want to try loading up scenery disk number 9 right now and see if we're able to pick up that that VOR 108.2, which is Indian Head. So give me a moment here. We'll see if that will do the trick. Wow, I don't remember what side it was. Side A or side B, I don't know. Alright, let's give this a try. Let's see what happens here. We want to be loading in the, not the Chicago area. We want to load in the Cincinnati area. You know, I think scenery disk number 9 is the only one that was two-sided. I think it was the only one that was double-sided. Alright, let me try side B. Okay, so that's St. Louis and Cincinnati. Hopefully we're in the area and we'll be able to pick up that VOR, Indian Head. What's it, Indian Head, Ohio, I think? Not sure. Yes. Do you see how the DME kind of came in there? We passed it. No, we didn't. Okay, we are flying towards Indian Head. That's good. We need... Okay, here we go. I'm centering the... Okay, that's not too bad. About a heading of 124. We lost some scenery there. Okay, so we're on course for Indian Head. Let's go ahead and show you the map of what we're talking about here. So we are somewhere around here, okay? And this is one of our waypoints here, Indian Head. And then from there, we're going to be going to Martinsburg, which is over here. Now, in the bigger picture, this is kind of, you know, put together the best that I can put it. These are all different maps, and they're not all scaled the same. So I had to do the best I could. So this right here that we're going to is Indian Head, and then you can see Martinsburg down here. Now Martinsburg was on scenery disc number 9, but it's also on scenery disc number 7, so I tried to line them up here. So once we get to Martinsburg, we should be able to get to Washington, D.C. Well, there is scenery out that direction. Oh. Hey, there's an interstate or something over here. I can find out what it is here. Okay, Indian Head, Maryland. Or it's Indian Head, Pennsylvania. Apparently there's one on each. Okay, so it must be Indian Head, Pennsylvania, because the other one's closer to Virginia. Yeah, okay, so Indian Head, Pennsylvania, that's the VOR. And, okay, that interstate that we saw is Interstate 76. So, I think some of it is I-70, the other part is I-76. So, yeah, out there, that's I-76. And I'm guessing back there is I-70. Okay, this is good. We're on track. We're on course. So let's go ahead and we'll set our nav2 radio to Martinsburg, which is 112.1. I've almost got it there. It's on 112.0. Alright, so we're not close enough to pick up the signal. Once we see the OBI light up here on number 2, give us a to or from or something there, we'll know that we have a signal and we can center the needle and make our way there. For some reason, we're flying away from the... I'm not sure why that is. Trying to get us to... I think I need to move to the... turn to the right a little bit. Yeah, see on nav 1, I'm trying to get us centered on that needle. Well, hello there, Aurelio. Good to see ya. I hope we're not going to get graphic glitches on this again. So we are on our way to Washington, D.C. We took off from Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's good to see you. Also, I think you were on one of my previous streams before, but I think you just kind of came in real quick because I think you had something going on. I think you came in just to say hi and you had to leave. I was having a heck of a time trying to go live though. It didn't seem like my internet wanted to connect or something, but I'm glad it worked out. I figured, well, I'll just go ahead and give it a try and see. I keep seeing this brown thing show up here. See how that keeps showing up? Like, what is that? I zoomed out too far. But at least you can see where we are in the US, so We're not just flying any old where and me just kind of making it up. Nope. We are flying in the area that we should be flying in. Am I in the truck or am I at home? I am in the truck. Supposedly it is 35 degrees outside or something. It was supposed to snow. And it don't look like it's snowing to me. What? Oh, there's something over there in the corner. I don't know what that is. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting all kinds of snow and stuff where I am at, and it doesn't seem to be happening. I did drive through a snowstorm, really small one. They didn't last very long. It was just driving in Utah, going over a mountain. Raining for 3 days. There are some areas around here that's been doing that. I guess it's supposed to snow tonight. Okay. It's like 34 degrees outside, and it's like warm inside my truck. It's like, I don't know, 80 degrees. I feel like I need to set my fans out and have some air circulating in here. I brought some stuff with me in hopes that I can have time to get them reinstalled, so I've got X-Plane 10. I need to get that reinstalled. I'm also hoping to do something with X-Plane 5. There's like 2 different versions of X-Plane 5 on here. There's an earlier version and a later version. Then I've got FS9 Flight Simulator 2004, which I think I have installed, but I need to check it. But I have this ERJ 145 Pilot in Command. These are supposed to be really good. And this is for Flight Simulator 2004. So I'd like to get this working and do a flight with that. Okay, so Indian Head Pennsylvania. We're just now flying over. Yeah, and I don't have everything with me. I had all this stuff with me, and I was like not having the time to install it. And so I decided, all right, let me just narrow down and kind of focus on a few specific things. Okay, what is this here? What is that? I don't usually see a city that is kind of off an angle. What? Hi. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi, Spacey. Yeah. What? Okay, so this is... I don't normally see a city... No, what are you doing? Someone wants to play Flight Simulator, and apparently it's not me, it's my cat. My my cat, his paw is just reaching slowly out to the keyboard. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, there we go. That's what we're seeing. So I'm guessing that is the city of Indian Head. Yeah, he is a co-pilot. He's a co-pilot on my truck, too. Literally. Sometimes he'll jump up on the dash, and he'll lay there as I'm driving. And then we start hitting rough road, and he's like, screw this, and he and he gets off. But we'll be driving, and we had a lot of driving we had to do yesterday. And he'll just come up to me, and he just starts crying. He's like, you've been driving long enough. You need to pull over and park. And I'm like, we can't. We got driving to do. Now we have waiting to do. Like I made this delivery today, and now I'm in the city for the next pickup, but it's not going to be until tomorrow. So we get to sit here for a day. So that's like, cross my fingers hoping that I can get the internet to work. All right, let's take a look at that Indian Head. Oh, good. It just came. Did you just notice that Nav 2 finally we're within range? It's now saying 2. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and change Nav 1 radio to 112.1. Martinsburg, 72.4 miles away. Great. Awesome. And we need to be on a heading of 120. We're close. We're at 129. So far our navigation seems to be doing okay here. What are you doing? Ma, get out of there. Yeah, I wanted to make ramen noodles, but you wouldn't let me. I had to go make a peanut butter hazelnut wrap. Yeah. What? Let me see here. Let's take a look at Indian Head again. Oh, I guess not. Interesting. So I was taking a look at Indian Head on Google Maps just to see if we could see that that angled colored city, town, or whatever, but I don't see anything here that would remotely resemble that. I don't see anything that would be in that shape. Yeah, there's something about the connection from my side of things that's messing things up. I don't know what it is. I am recording it a backup copy, so when this actually goes to YouTube, you'll be able to see the whole thing as it was meant to be seen. I wonder what that is over there. Yeah, so this thing right here, I was looking to see, what is that? I thought that might have been Indian Head, but I don't know what it is. Uh-oh, 666. Thankfully that didn't last too long. I'm guessing, and it's a guess, I don't know for sure. That over there could be Morgantown. That would be Morgantown. Is it Maryland? West Virginia. So I think that might be Morgantown, West Virginia over there. You see there's like a couple of blue pillars over there. I don't know what's going on there. And this over here, I haven't got a clue. I don't know what that is. It's like I'm looking in this area and I don't see anything that is any major cities. I don't know what that would be. Well, hold on. We are going to Bowling Green. Not Bowling Green, Martinsburg. Okay, I think... Okay, so looking out to the right, I think that's Bowling Green, Maryland, actually. That would make more sense. So Cumberland and Bowling, more like Cumberland. Cumberland, Bowling Green, they're kind of like close to each other. The other one might be Bedford. Bedford, Pennsylvania. So over here to the left, that might be Bedford, Pennsylvania. And over here is Cumberland, Maryland, I think. Let's see, we're 60 miles from Martinsburg. Let's see, how far... Martinsburg, West Virginia... And we'll do directions from Cumberland, Maryland. I think that's it. Here, take a look at this. Okay, so here's Cumberland. Alright, Indian Head was like up here somewhere. But from Cumberland to Martinsburg, this is where we're flying before we get to Washington, D.C. But if you were to drive a car, obviously you're taking the long way around there, but it's 80 miles. And here flying, we have 57.8 miles. So yeah, I think that over there is Cumberland. Now I showed you Martinsburg right here on scenery disc number 9. That's where we're at. Oh, see, there you go. Cumberland Municipal. So yeah, we are passing right by Cumberland, because we're going, yeah, right between the two. Wow, I'm really good. All right, so let me pull up scenery disc number 7, the maps for 7, and then I'll show you where Martinsburg is on that. Got to find the right one. Nope, that's 6. Okay, so here you go. Here's Martinsburg right there. So the two should line up with each other, or come close to it anyway. So from Martinsburg, once we switch over to scenery disc number 7, then we'll be able to get over to Washington Dulles International. So we got about 52 miles to go. Don't worry, I know the connection is bad. I don't know why. But, yeah, as I was saying, everything is recorded, or being recorded, so it'll look better when it's uploaded to YouTube. I wish I was getting better upload. My upload speed should be fine. I don't know why it's having a problem. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's been kind of the fun part for me, is you don't have very much to look at, so by using navigation and the maps that they provide, trying to figure out, okay, what is it that we're seeing? Like, you know, what is this right here? What is this white line here? Well, we know it's going to be an interstate is what it's going to be. And it's going to be the one that's highlighted right here. That's got to be Interstate 68, which I've driven this before. I've driven this. Oh, you know what? I just realized Martinsburg, is this where I think it is? There's a Swift terminal over here in Martinsburg, I think. Is it Martinsburg, or am I thinking of something else? Where's the Swift terminal? Where's the Swift terminal? I know it's here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was Martinsburg. Yeah, it is. I'll be dang, we'll be flying like right over Swift and Commodore 64. I didn't even realize that. That was not even planned. Yeah. So the VOR that we're going to is Martinsburg, and Swift Transportation, the terminal, which I've been to, is right here. And there's an airport not too far from it, right over here. The Eastern West Virginia Regional Airport. Hey, you know, we might see a few truck drivers in Commodore 64. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see an airport, though, in this scenery, because I'm not seeing it. I don't see a listing for an airport here for the SubLogic scenery disk. So there is an airport there, but it's not going to be here in the scenery. Unfortunately, that would have been cool if it was. There is a song of Joni Mitchell, Morning Morgantown. There is a city of Morgantown. But was it the same one? I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. Apparently it's on jonimitchell.com. It says Joni Mitchell has a cheerful song called Morning Morgantown. Some say Joni wrote the song after visiting Morgantown, West Virginia. What else did they say here? Some say that the Morgantown in the song is nothing like the Morgantown in West Virginia. Because apparently in the lyrics it says, when morning comes to Morgantown, the merchants roll their awnings down. The milk trucks make their morning rounds in morning Morgantown. And so the author who wrote this article, Jack Welch, says, I decided to go to downtown Morgantown in the morning to settle the question. He says on University Avenue, where he first walked, traffic was heavily snarled even for summer. He didn't see any awnings, but he did see that 3 stores had gone out of business, leaving their windows empty. But anyway, towards the end of the article, he says, I realized then that even if Joni Mitchell had been singing about any town you name, she was also singing about Morgantown, West Virginia. So apparently somewhere towards the end of the song, it says, morning Morgantown, buy your dreams $1 down. Morning, any town you name, morning's just the same. So I don't know. He seems to think that it is about West Virginia. All right, we got a little bit of a river there. And that river, I'm not sure. In case you folks were wondering what we were talking about as far as Morgantown, we were talking about right here, Morgantown. Because before we were flying, and I wasn't sure if we were looking at Morgantown or not, but we weren't. See, here's Pittsburgh, right? And Martinsburg is over here. So we were passing by Cumberland, but that's how that conversation started. Now, as far as a river, here it is. I think this is what we're looking at, the Potomac River. So we got I-68, and I think we're looking at the Potomac River off here to the side. Okay, so 31 miles to go to Martinsburg, West Virginia. And then once we get there, I believe we have another 50 miles until we get to Washington Dulles. Is it Dulles or is it Dole? I don't know. It is Washington. How to pronounce Dulles? Dulles. Dulles. Break Dulles down into sounds. Dulles. Dulles. Washington Dulles Airport. It's not Dulles. It's a dull airport. That's what it is. It's dull. It's boring.
Dulles International Airport, Washington Metro.
There you go. That's what it's called. No, not exactly. I'm not in West Virginia. I'm not at the Swift terminal there. I'm in Utah is where I'm at. Yeah, so I'm nowhere close. But I will be flying over a little city that I've been to. It didn't click. I didn't realize. I was like, Martinsburg, why does that sound familiar? I don't know. And then when I looked on Google Maps, which I'm glad we pulled it up, when I pulled that up, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't the Swift terminal there? And yeah, it was. So So once we get done with this series, we don't have too much left. We've got 5 more flights left after this, I think. Or is it 3? Maybe we have... I think we got more than that. Let's see. 1... 2. Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, I think we have 4. I think we have 4 flights left after this. I don't know, I wrote them down. But yeah, after we get done with this, we're going to be doing something with Flight Simulator 3. And we're going to do a coast-to-coast on that one. We're not going to fly the same exact path. But we're going to... Because it's going to be the same exact scenery. It's the SubLogic scenery is just a port. So it's all going to look the same. But we're going to start in a different area on Flight Simulator 3, and this time it'll be on the east, and then we'll fly out to the west. I keep thinking we had 5 left, but no, we got 4. Slowly but surely. I'm determined. I want to actually accomplish this coast-to-coast flight. Hey, no problem, Aurelio. It was good seeing you, and great chatting with you. I don't get, many opportunities to stream, but when I do, it's always good to see some familiar faces show up. So 18 miles away, and we have another white line ahead of us. That is another interstate, and that would be Interstate 81. Don't believe me? Well, get out and look. Okay, so Martinsburg is right here in the middle, okay? Do you see Interstate 81? Yeah, that's what we're looking at. And then there is the Potomac River kind of swirling around here. It divides Maryland and West Virginia. But there you go. You can see where we're headed. We're going right towards Washington, D.C. I made a slight mistake on my map. I didn't line it up properly. Martinsburg, I thought this was Martinsburg. It's not. That's Shawnee. Martinsburg is this right here. So when we get to it, we should see a couple of rivers kind of joining into one right here. And to get to Washington Dulles International, we'd have to fly at a vector of 150 out of Martinsburg. So here's Hagerstown, here's Martinsburg, right there. But for comparison, here's my map, and you can see oh no, maybe I did line it up correctly. No, I did not. Because see, I got myself going to Martinsburg here, but it's actually up here. That's okay. Like I said, it was not easy trying to get these things lined up. The important thing is that we're in the area that we're supposed to be in. Oh, and I mentioned 150, right? It's already set in nav2 on the on OBS number 2. So, well, that's perfect. And the heading that we're flying should intersect it. So we'll be able to fly out from that VOR. And the Swift Terminal, for those truckers that happen to be watching, is not too far from here. it's out here somewhere, next to the interstate. Remember I told you the two rivers that connect up and join another one? There it is right in front of us. You can see here, and then there's one that branches off from it. I believe that's Martinsburg right up there, I think. Not the VOR, but I think the city is up there. I say that because of the white line. You've got this horizontal one joining up with this angled one there. Oh, sorry, that's not Martinsburg, that's Hagerstown. So, you can see here the two white lines that we're intersecting right here. It's Interstate 70 and Interstate 81. And this is Hagerstown that we were seeing, plus the Potomac River right there. Yep, that's it. Alright, so Washington Dulles. Wonder what the elevation is there. 313. And there's an ATIS there also. And there's an ILS runway. One right. So if we can, I would like to get lined up with that runway. See if we can't make use of the ILS equipment. Maybe that will line us up with the runway, but I don't know for sure. Still kind of warm in the truck. 35 degrees outside. It's like 80 degrees in here. We should be flying right over Martinsburg. Okay, so I'd say once we get close to this river that we're about ready to cross, we'll switch over to scenery disc number 7. Ugh. Okay, the Washington VOR is 111.0. I don't think we're going to be able to pull that up just yet. Yeah. I don't think we'll be able to pull it up until we switch scenery discs. Okay, let's go ahead and switch scenery discs here. Okay, there we go. Washington, Charlotte, Jacksonville, and Miami. Not bad at all. I think that put us... Yeah, that lined up perfectly. Look at that. We're still on course. On 150, that's what we wanted. And we are 44 miles away from Washington Dulles Airport. Huh. Am I picking up the ILS signal already? That says 25.9 miles. Oh my goodness. I'm like fighting to stay awake at the moment. And that's only because I did a lot of driving last night. I only got like 3 hours of sleep. I had to drive to the receiver, which is a Costco warehouse store, and I had to park in their parking lot off to the side so I could be there on time for the delivery this morning. I got there like after midnight, and the delivery was at 6 in the morning, and a lot of my time had been wasted on my clock because the distribution center where I picked up the load, it was overweight and everything, and I had to get it fixed, and then the trailer was busted, and that had to be fixed, and so I lost time because of it. But I was still able to make that delivery on time. I was determined because I didn't want to lose the next load that I've got right now. So well, hey there. Good to see ya. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name there. Yeah, it's definitely been a long time since I've been streaming. I'm able to do it here and there, but not on a regular schedule, unfortunately. Oh, my truck decided to turn off. So we are flying to Washington, D.C., which is what we're seeing right ahead of us. That is where the little rivers all connect. Going to Washington, Dulles. So looking at a map right here, you can see here's Washington. You can see how the Potomac River kind of branches off right there. And the airport itself is like over here. Let me see. Okay. So there's the airport right here. This is where we'll be landing. And then Washington, D.C. is all the little scenery is over here in this area. And we will be checking that out, but not on this flight. We'll do that on the next flight because it's going to be a long... It'll be on our path. Okay, I think Washington, D.C. is a little further than I thought. So it's not right here where these rivers meet. It's a little further. This is something else. Because we still got like 30 miles to go. Not sure what that is, actually. Now the stream should be fine, although there is some problems with the stream. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, my internet is good, but for some reason it's having problems trying to stream. I think what I need to do is maybe download OBS Streamlabs or Streamlabs OBS and have both that and OBS, because one might work where the other one does not. I don't know what it is. I didn't used to have problems. It must be some of these recent updates with OBS has messed some stuff up. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that's the airport right there. That might be it. Something just came through on my... Hold on, let's turn to 168 because I've got the ILS tuned in. Turn the heading 168. Yeah, I think that's the airport right there. So it's not far at all. Alright, let's change nav 1 to the ILS. We're 10 miles away from it. And then I'm going to set the OBS to 010. There you go. So we'll fly by the airport or over the airport, whatever, and then we're going to hook around and land on runway 1 right. So we're going to have to move over here a little bit. There we go. That should do it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be sitting here for 2 days. I'm sitting here for 2 days. What the heck? I could have picked this order up tomorrow. Now I got to wait another day? Oh, that's so lame. So I am going to be sitting here. Well, time to do a lot of streams of videos. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I tell you, man, in this trucking industry, I can't make freaking any money at all. There's too much wasted time, too much sitting around. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I can't wait to tell my wife. I'll give her a call. Gee, hon, guess what happened? They rescheduled the load. See, originally it was supposed to be picked up today at 11 o'clock a.m. or 1100 hours for those of you who are, overseas on a 24-hour clock. And then it got rescheduled. It got rescheduled for tomorrow, to pick it up tomorrow. And now it just got rescheduled again. So now I gotta sit here for 2 days until I can go pick it up. Guess I'll be a resident of Utah for a bit. This is crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and drop our flaps here. Who knows? Maybe I'll finish the entire series today and tomorrow. Okay, so there's the airport. I'm surprised that this doesn't have any taxiways or anything. I would have thought that this one might have had some taxiways at it, but no, it doesn't look like it. Oh, you know what? We didn't even turn on the ATIS. We got to turn on the ATIS so that way we can see the message. Not that it's, a big deal or anything, but it's there. Why not use it, right? 134.85. there it is. Dulles International. Oh, see, there we go. Landing departing runway 1. That is the one that's the one that we're going to land on is 1. And we're going to be landing on 1 right. That is where the ILS is at. So it's just that one right over here. Well, heck, since I got to sit here for another day, I'm going to pull out my toaster oven and I'm going to make myself a box meal. I'm going to cook myself something. I can save the frozen meals that I have. I can save them for another time. Okay, we're getting ready to turn to final. Well, what is that? You got the top. I forget what it is. You got upwind, downwind. I forget. So we're not turning the final yet, but you know we're getting there. And you can see the runway. Got several runways out there, but there's runway 1 left and 1 right. So we're landing on 1 right. Ah, see, now there's another airport out there. And that airport is Manassas. Okay, take a look here. That's where we're landing, okay? You saw the runways. There's Manassas right there. That's what we're seeing. There's another one over here, Woodbridge. I think we can do our cross turn here. Again, I forgot what it was called. Okay, it looks like we're a little low in altitude. Oh, we better start turning. Okay, dropping the last thing of flaps. And I think that's it. I think we're lined up. Wow, we actually got an ILS that is actually lining up the way it's supposed to. Look at that! Look at that! We are lined up. We didn't get any outer, middle, inner markers because I kind of flew in and did a turn the final around 5 miles, somewhere between 3 and 5 miles from the runway. Oh, we're off a little bit here. It sure looked like we were lined up, though. We're not that far off. Ah, there's the middle marker. A little bit of bouncing there. We'll get off the runway. Now this should have a fuel box at it, I think. Yeah, it has fuel. How do I know? Well, when you pull this up, here is Washington Dulles International. See this little asterisk right here? That tells you if there's a fuel box or not. But where is the fuel box? That is a good question. Let's see if we can find it here. It's probably over there where the other runways are at, would be my guess, or somewhere in the middle. Sometimes I can see it when you kind of like move around. You might see like a little white little section. Those look like mountains. That might be it. No, I think that's the other airport. Yeah, that's the other airport over there. All right, well let's move over here. Let's see if we can find that fuel box. That maybe? No, I think that's the runway. No, that could be it. I think that's it right there. Yep, I can see it. Good, we can refill right here on the fuel box. Gotta love it. There we go. We're all filled up. Yep. Fuel's right there in the center. Right in between runways, one left and one right. Cool. We'll go ahead and we will shut everything off right here. Okay. Well, we're here, Washington, D.C., Washington Dulles International Airport, KIAD. Thank you so much for watching, and for all of you that joined me on the stream or watched it later on. Appreciate you, and we will continue again with the next flight, the next adventure. We'll be flying over the Washington, D.C. scenery, so we'll see the White House and the Washington Monument and stuff as we go to our next destination. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next flight. Have a killer awesome day.